As soon as the two of us are ready to take off, the gnome signals an air elementalist nearby. He casts a spell on the machine's rotor in order to make it rotate. I pull on the lever to my left side in order to increase the pitch. The flying machine slowly begins to gain altitude. So you were saying that the bullets are only distraction, I say, rather loudly, in order to compensate for the sound of the propeller. What did you mean by that? Oh, the real purpose of the machine is not shoot down the dragon, Golemix says. What we are in fact aiming to do is to manage to place ourselves above him, then drop a spinning rope on him. A spinning rope, I ask him confused. Yes, Gnome says. Enchanter designed a magical rope that is made of unfurl itself, then to start spinning once it gets dropped onto our small cargo hold. The rope has been enchanted to be nearly unbreakable as long as it ties down the dragon's wing in order to prevent him from flying. The only problem is the dragon will need to hover in one place for quite a while and not be paying attention to us or for the setup to work. We can do it after the cage is dismissed because there will be too many explosions. The dragon will try to get away from there as soon as possible. We only have one cargo hold and only one rope, so we can't afford to miss our chances. We cannot use it unless we are absolutely certain that our plan will succeed. Until then, we'll only be using bullets to attack him in order to provide assistance to your friends and my soldiers that will be attacking the dragons at the same time. And what if the dragon starts breathing fire at us? The aircraft is using Lasethi technology, Golemix says. It provides us with some rather effective shielding against fire attacks. Of course, it does not make us invulnerable. I'm not sure how long the shields can hold up against flames that are as hot as the dragons, so we should try to evade the fire breath as much as possible. I kinda expected him to say that we will die immediately, so this is much better. As we reach a high enough level of altitude, the golden case around the dragon is starting to slowly fade. Get ready, the gnome tells me. As soon as the cage disappears, all of the flowers fireball explode at the same time, then sending a very powerful gust of wind towards it. The cage's ice cone also get launched in the dragon as soon afterwards. The protection that Tyra cast on him himself during all this time helped him to survive the damage, but clear that he didn't get out of that unscathed. What's more, the amount of damage that he need to absorb with that magical shield also seemed to have drained him of his magical energy for the time being, because he's no longer using teleportation to move around and he has gone back to using his wings to fly. Almost as soon as he gets away from all the explosion, the dragon uses fire breath to attack Kate. He was rather far away from her when he attacked Kate, however, which gave Kate enough time to move her ice skate out of the way before the flames reached her. Tyreth now attempts to make a dive towards her, but before he reaches his target, King's soldiers activate their strange weapon in unison. They release a very powerful bolt of lightning that hits him in the head. Visibly upset, the dragon begins to rain fire down upon them, trying to dispose of them all at once. Luckily, Darren had already reached the spectator area a while ago, and as soon as he sees the flame, he uses his shield to create a semi-transparent barrier which defends all the soldiers from the fire attack. I think I'm finally starting to understand how the dragon fire breathing works. It seems that he needs to inhale a great deal of air in his lungs before he attacks. Also, never exhales the fire right away afterwards. I'm guessing that this is because he first needs to ignite the fire before breathing it out. This means that as long as you pay attention to his breathing, you should be able to tell when he'll attack with fire, and you'll have all the time you need to dodge his flames if you're fast enough. This information will really help me while I'm pilot the aircraft, because I don't think that I'd have time to maneuver out of the way otherwise. That seems to have changed his mind again, and he's now chasing after Hardrick, who's currently in his eagle form. Even with Hardrick's speed, it still seems like the dragon is going to catch up to him soon. Maybe there would be a good time to make use of those acid-coated bullets. I mean, no, he will see them. He will see them, and it's not going to be enough, and he's just going to come after us. We are here for our main job, trying to get the dragon on the ground. I don't think we need to attack him just yet. Wait for a better moment to attack. I keep watching Tyrant while he chases Hardrick, waiting for a better moment to attack. As I watch them fly, the two of them eventually start heading our way, and then the dragon notices me. He stops in his tracks, looking at me furiously. Okay, it has been a minute since I recorded Magium. Some people have been asking for it. Well, let's see. This one is going to go on 17th April, I believe. And I believe I'm going to be uploading from 17th or 18th. Magium, and then I think 3 days I will be uploading the home quest, because I have not finished that. I need to still upload, I believe, 3 or 4 episodes, and after that we are completely done, and I'm for the rest of this month, or maybe even next month, I'm just gonna be playing Magium. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna play Magium over and over again, and that's all I'm going to upload. So few more videos to go. Just watch the few videos that are left, and after that we are just going to be playing Magium constantly. Even if I get bored, I'm just gonna play Magium. Anyway, where were we? I think we were in the sky, and Hardrick and Tyrath are fighting, and they both start, fly my way, and the dragon notices me. And are you mocking me, half Lasethi? The Tyrath shouts out. The Tyrath shouts. Do you think that using some flying toy will be enough to defeat me? I've had it with your insolence. If you're not going to activate your powers, then so be it. I'm not wasting any more time for the likes of you. The dragon then inhales as much air in his lungs as he can, preparing to breathe his fire. I anticipate his attack and quickly push the control stick forward to make us dive down in order to evade the incoming flames. The fire breath misses us by a fair margin, but the dragon is already on our tail and is gaining on us. Damn it, move faster, you stupid machine, move faster. I turn the plane to the left, trying to shake the dragon off, but he easily switches his direction and he reaches us within seconds. Tyrath then dives directly towards our cockpit, and he grabs me in his hind claws, crushing me between them and killing me on the spot. Very quaint, I suppose. Let me restart that checkpoint. A great start of our month of Magium. Immediately dead. Okay, we are back, and this is right before we decided to wait for a better moment and got killed. So attack the dragon this time, I suppose. I use the control stick in order to maneuver the aircraft aligning with the dragon. I'm going to attack Tyrath. Tell Golemic, be ready. Understood, Golemic says. As soon as I make sure that I've got a clear shot at him, I press the button on my control panel and I'll shoot about a dozen bullets through the dragon's right wing. The dragon screams in pain and then he flies out of the way, preparing to make a charge at us. I decide that it's time to retreat and turn the plane around in an attempt to get as far away from the dragon as possible. I look back towards Tyrath and see that he's inhaling a lot of air in his chest, preparing to attack us with his fire breath. I quickly change the direction of the aircraft in order to avoid the dragon's attack. I mean, isn't it super easy for him to just like move his head around if he's just breathing air? I mean, if you're breathing in like blowing air in one direction, can't you just like move your head to the other direction? It's not like he's fixed there. And it's not like it's going to be super difficult to move your head while breathing fire. But okay. What happened? Where were we? Yeah, here it is. I see that he's inhaling a lot of air in his chest, preparing to attack us with his fire breath. I quickly change the direction of the aircraft in order to avoid the dragon's attack. The flames miss us by a hair, not a hair margin, a fair margin. I was like, it's very close then. No, it's fair margin. It was very far away. The dragon is now right on our tail, but he seems to be having a bit of trouble with his wing that I shot earlier, which is causing him to fly a little slower than before. In the meantime, Golemic is using the turret to keep pressure on the dragon that he doesn't get to hit him much, because Tyrath can easily tell where the bullets will be shot from the way the turret is facing, and he doesn't have much trouble dodging most of these shots. As the dragon gets closer to us, the Hardrick finally catches up to him in his eagle form, and he turns back into a dwarf in order to smack him in the back of the head. He then quickly turns into an eagle again and he flies away, while one of Kate's ice cones penetrates the dragon's chest. Tyrath pulls the cone out of his claw and then he starts inhaling air to prepare his fire breath. But just as he does that, the whole air around his head gets replaced with water and he breathes that in instead. How did that happen? Wait, how the hell did that happen? So Kate threw a fucking spear through his chest, okay, and then he like pulls back to like breathe air to breathe out fire, but then the air gets replaced by water. How did that happen? Hopefully they explain that. He breathes that in instead. Realizing his mistake, the dragon immediately attempts to cough out the water from his lungs, but the water around his head does not disappear. So all he managed to do is breathe more water in with each cough. That said, Golemic says, "This is our chance." Who did that? Maybe I'm missing this out because I've not recorded for a long time. Maybe they explained it last time, but I do not remember anyone here who can just magically replace air with water. I mean, I'm pretty damn sure our boy, what was his name again? The blind guy who is like super OP, Stillwater. Aiden, right? I'm pretty damn sure Aiden is not participating in this, or this would have been over. So I don't know who did that. Okay. The water on his head does not disappear. Yeah, whatever. This is it. Golemic says, "This is our chance. See if you can fly us over the dragon while he's busy with the water, so I can drop the spinning rope on him." Alright, I say I'll try. The dragon is now moving up and down, shaking his head violently in an attempt to get rid of all the water around his neck. There's no use fighting, Illuna tells the dragon in a cold voice. Oh, Illuna did the thing. Illuna can control water, right? I didn't know that she could replace water and just like materialize water like in specific spots. I thought it had to come out of her hand or her body or whatever. Attempt to get rid of all the water. There is no use fighting, Luna tells the dragon in a cold tone. That water won't go away, and you can't burn it with your flame breath either, as long as you can get rid of all that water in your lungs. Stop struggling and accept your fate. Ha, Araka says, how do you like drowning in mid-air, Tyrath? I'm the one who taught this technique to Luna, and you were blowing all that hot air just now, but in the end it turns out you can't even defeat one of my disciples. I guess you were never a match for me after all. And she's just laughing. Tyrath's eyes start glowing bright red all of a sudden, and he looks more pissed off than ever. He now seems to be voluntarily increasing his body temperature in an alarming degree, because I'm beginning to see steam coming out from all over him. He must be trying to evaporate all the water from his body in order to be able to breathe fire again. While Tyrath is busy heating up his body, Gollumek and I manage to position ourselves right above the dragon, and we are ready ourselves to drop the rope on him. As soon as the dragon achieves his purpose of evaporating all of the water inside him, he uses the last of his breath to exhale a large flame from his mouth, eliminating all of the water that was just surrounding his head until now. I'm dropping the rope, Gollumek says as we watch the dragon gasp for air. He then pulls on a lever to his right, and the cargo hold opens below, dropping the rope. Just as the gnome said, the rope unfurls as it falls, and it starts spinning by itself. The dragon is too busy catching his breath to look above him, and as soon as the rope reaches him, it ties itself around his wings, preventing him from flapping them any further. Tyrath looks shocked as he starts falling towards the ground. His first reaction is to try and break free from the rope by using the force of his wings. Failing that, he begins to chew on his rope with his fangs, while also attempting to cut it with his claws, but it's no use. He gets closer to the ground, and the dragon tries to use the last of his magic energy reserves to slow down his momentum by teleporting a few dozen feet above his position a few times in a row. This does not slow down his falling speed at all, however. But why would that slow down his falling speed? I mean, his oh, maybe... Wait, what? That should have slowed him down, actually. Because his momentum gets cancelled out, right? Or does when you teleport, does your momentum carry on with you? So if I'm running, let's say, in the x-axis, right? I'm running towards north, let's say. And I'm going at, let's say, 10 kilometers per hour or whatever. Okay, and then I just like teleport going towards west. So do I carry my momentum with me? Or when as I teleport, I get to that place with like speed at 0? Is my momentum cancelled out? If it does not, then yeah, he is probably going to get smashed down. Where were we? Above his position a few times in a row. This does not slow his speed down at all. However, and eventually he hits the ground with extremely loud noise, creating a crater in the middle of the arena's fighting area and sending large clouds of dust all around him. The dragon is grounded. Gollumek shouts, suddenly to everyone in the arena, "Finish him off now! Enough!" Tyrath shouts loudly, and a very loud explosion of hot air originates from his position, suddenly hits us all in the face. Following the explosion, the dragon's body changes completely. It starts looking like it's now covered by molten lava, and not by regular scales anymore. He's also, did he evolve or something? He's also now emanating an intimidating fiery aura that is completely different from the one he had before. But that is not all. The magic power that I am now sensing from him is simply insane. If I were to compare it with anything I have felt before, I'd say that it's on a very similar level to the magical power of the golden fox. Holy shit, he's on the level of the golden fox. I mean, then again, he is from the Stillwater age, so I suppose he should be that strong. I was amazed, like, how is he going down this easy? I was like, there's not even a Stillwater fighting him. When Stillwater used to fight him, how the hell did he survive all that? Okay. If I were to compare it with anything I've felt before, I'd say that it's on a pretty similar level to the magical power of the golden fox. By the way, the golden fox gets his power from the the magical forest. If the magical forest was not there, her power would probably be very like low or whatever. Is this serious? The true form of the red dragon, Tyrath? The one that Araka was talking about earlier before we began the fight? How are we even supposed to fight something like this? The rope that was tying the dragon's wings has already been burned into ashes by the dragon's transformation. Tyrath now soars back into the sky, looking more menacing than ever before. This is all my fault, Tyrath says in an unusually calm tone. I alone am to blame for having given you the illusion that you actually stand a chance against me. I should have said stood a chance against me. I'm now going to fix that mistake. Instead of continuing to fight you individually, I will simply destroy this whole city and everyone in it with a single spell. This way, there will be no more misunderstandings. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like, what was it? Yeah, this sounds like when Frieza came back, when Namek exploded and he was like rebuilt by his father. Yeah, this sounds like that, because his father technically did say, so if you were to take the two forms of Tyrant, the first form of Tyrant is like Frieza, because like I need to go down there and I need to kill everyone individually, and his father was like, why bother with that, just blow up the entire planet from up here, so there's no point in doing all that. But he didn't listen, and here we go. So this is what happens. Basically this is the same as Frieza.